people who are already in those higher positions, who are living in that higher frequency, want to be around somebody who has victimhood written all over them? No, they're not. You're going to be more of a liability than an asset. You're going to be more of a drainage than fuel for them.
Is it how you move, how you smile, how you captivate everything, how the body move, pretty eyes, got it all, you killing the scene. I want you to be
Greetings, my amazing A-listers, and welcome to another beautiful day with A. I am so grateful to be here, and I trust that you all are well. For those of you who are new, my name is A, and I'm your favorite mindset and meditation mentor. Here at Experience A-List, I help women reclaim their self-worth by putting themselves first, by creating self-fulfilling routines through meditation and accountability sessions. A-List is a list of alchemizing women of the highest order of divinity, excellence, and admirable eminence who make it happen. We don't make excuses. So I know you all have not seen my face in about a week or two, but that's because last week I really was just taking time to regroup and recenter myself because I was a bit bummed at how I did not make my 2 videos a week goal the week prior. So I just really took time to just gather my energy again and to do this exactly how I wanted to do it and to like really talk about the things that I wanted to talk about. And so that leads us into our first topic, which is not being a victim, but being the victor of your life. And this may trigger some people because everybody's path is different. Everybody's walks of life is different. Life is not cookie cutters. I don't expect everyone to resonate or to get it. So whoever get it, got it, and let's go. So this topic came up within a recent conversation that I had with someone. And basically, it was just about not being the victim of past life traumas, the past life of generations before me or us and our parents and our grandparents. And a lot of times in this day and age, like we can victimize ourselves like, oh, well, I didn't have this and I wasn't like this person and they're rich because their parents were this and I didn't grow up like that. First, you can't compare yourself to anybody else. 2, we are in a day and age where we have technology, where we have so many resources, and we have things that were allotted to us that our parents and our grandparents and their parents were not allotted. So there's no excuse as to why you can't make things happen. People are making money off of content creation just by picking up their phone, recording a video, and just talking. Like, there's just so many ways that we can succeed in life. And if you keep repeating the same narrative of, I can't do this or I don't have this, you're literally living in a victim mindset. You're literally living within a lack and poverty mindset. And we're not doing that over here, okay? You know our motto at A-List, we make it happen, we don't make excuses. And I don't feel bad for anyone. And this is not to disregard anybody's traumas or past experiences. There are a lot of wealthy and successful people out here who went from rags to riches, who did not start off with $1 million, who did not have a trust fund, the things that they were not able to have access to like they do now. And that is no excuse why you can't get the things that you want, why you can't do the things that you need. And if you're in a position where you feel like you're hopeless or you feel stuck and stagnant and powerless, you have to start making plans as far as like, okay, this is my goal. What can I do today to make tomorrow better to get to this goal? And it's just going to take those small micro steps, those small micro habits to get to the bigger picture, to get to the bigger goal. And if you're a minor, there's nothing much you probably can do because you're under your parents or your guardian's guidance. But what you can do is make a plan. Think about the things that you want to do when you get older, when you are able to be more free, when you're able to make these decisions on your own. And I'll give you a great example. So for me, when I was in high school, I could not get a job. One, because I was underage, and then 2, because I was in extracurricular activities. And I genuinely did not feel comfortable asking my mom for money because she just was in her own world and she had her own things going on, and there was just like a lot of lack there. And so what I did was take my talents, my skills and abilities, which is baking, and I turned that into profits. And I became known as the dancer who was the baker. And it's so funny because on my dance line shirt, like we used to have like these jersey shirts, and my name was Pillsbury because everybody knew me as the baker. And I would go home with about $30-$40 a day. So this was back in like 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013. So as a high schooler, going home with $20-$30 a day, you add that up. 5 times 40. That's about, how much is that? Dang. That's $200 a week. Like, come on now. In high school, if I ain't had no bills, nothing to pay for, $200 a week was great. That was great lunch money. And I just really built that momentum and that hustler mentality, and I did not allow my circumstances of my mother or just not being able to work to not get money. And that's just how you have to look at life. Like, you have to see what you have and work with what you have to get to what you need. Which leads me into my next point. Just because it happened to you doesn't mean that it cannot happen for you. And what I mean is, if something got delayed, if something unfortunate happened that was out of your control, just because that happened to you does not mean that greater things cannot happen for you. Sometimes in life we will feel so defeated by the unfortunate events that happen, whether that is car accidents, deaths, just unfortunate things. That doesn't mean that it just stops there for you. Sometimes you have to grieve. Sometimes you have to just sit down and just take that. Sometimes you have to redirect your next steps. But that doesn't mean that your whole life is going to be bad. That does not mean that you're not able to get to where you want because of a delay, because of a blockage, because of a mishap. No, if you stay in that victim mentality, you're going to continue to perpetuate the victim role. And honestly, if you're a person who thinks that they want to have a greater life, who wants to have better connections, you have to think about the people who you're going to be around. Do you think those people who are already in those higher positions, who are living in that higher frequency, want to be around somebody who has victimhood written all over them? No, they're not. You're going to be more of a liability than an asset. You're going to be more of a drainage than fuel for them. And so you just have to really get yourself out of that mindset and just really operate in a place of abundance and a place of, okay, I can get through this. And I know that greater is on the horizon. You just really have to believe in yourself. Life is not easy, but you have to be able to work with what you have. You have to be able to transmute the energy. You have to learn how to be the alchemist and get through it. And through time, you'll notice that through your trials and tribulations, there are tests that you have to just study for, that you practice every single day. The mind over matter. Me, I love to think about solutions. Whenever a problem arises, I'm a person who hates conflict. I hate confrontation. I hate problems. But I know these are things that are inevitable. And so whenever it comes up, instead of sulking in it, instead of just beating myself up too much about it, I'll think about ways that I can revamp, where I can redirect that energy, where I can make it better. Prime example, me not being able, well, I ain't gonna say not being able to, because I was able to. I did not allot myself the proper time to prepare to do my 2 videos like I was before. And instead of overly beating myself up about it, I was thinking like, okay, what can I shift in my schedule, or what can I do differently in the future to prevent myself from being overloaded with the external? Because that's what it was. I was so much into my external that I did not nurture my internal like I usually do. So that's what delayed me. And so what I did last week was like really regroup with myself, really come up with a plan. Like, okay, if I want to talk about these things and I want to do these things, I need to make sure at certain times of the day that I'm allotting that. Like now, things are more calm. I mean, it's raining right now, but still, like, I took this chance of my downtime, and it's still early. I think it's like 12 p.m. Right now, and I know that I have something I have to do later, but I'm using this time right now to do my video, to talk about the things that I actually want to talk about, rather than letting it linger on for the next day, or at the end of the day where I'm tired and I'm exhausted and I need to be winding down. So I hope this video really served you, and I want you all to know that you can do anything that you put your mind to. You can succeed. You do not have to be the victim of your life. You do not have to continue to perpetuate the same karmic cycles, the same victimhood cycles. You can break out of that, and you could be a testimony not only for yourself, but those that are around you who may be in that energy. So with that being said, I want you all to have an amazing rest of your day. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you on my next one. Ciao.